Hi everybody, so this is going to be the last update before I head off to Istanbul. So Blossom Valley's come to an end, and an amazing season, to be honest. Pretty incredible to get 30,000 people through despite just awful weather. It was terrible. We had gales, we had rain. It just went on and on and on. In fact, we only had 2 days that were fine. So it was a big season. We're pretty tired. And now we're just going into that, if I'm honest, that unsettled feeling of, wow, life's about to change. So in this video, just a quick recap of Blossom Valley. Some more pretty pink pictures for those of you that hate them. Some interesting clips of me being a bit of an idiot. And then tonight we're going to talk to Drew Leishman, who's with the team over in the Telgren factory, Tuzla, Istanbul, and they're there to have a good look through Awanui NZ, which we haven't seen now for 2 weeks. So you're going to get a walkthrough video of that, and that really is kind of going to be a bit of an eye-opener for us. I think it's going to tell us, I know it'll only be down to 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even a month, but it'll give us a good idea of when she's going to be ready. And I'm kind of thinking mid-December. They're still sticking to the beginning of December, but we're just going to see what happens. So the news is I'm going. On the 3rd of November, I'm heading over. Fiona's going to stay here. She wants to get things all tidied up, and I guess probably just in case it's not ready by Christmas, have Christmas here with the family and the grandchildren, which I totally get, but it's time for me to go. I want to get over there, I want to get my head around the boat, I want to get all set up and ready to accept her and head out in her. Bad news is American dollar's getting stronger again, so 58 cents was the last conversion rate, and we've been holding back because we've still got to convert a fair amount of Kiwi dollars over into US dollars. So I guess the only good thing about potentially the boat being delayed will be giving the New Zealand dollar a chance to strengthen. We've got a new government over here, or about to get a new government, we think. So you know, hopefully that'll be perceived as a positive thing, and maybe we'll just see a little bit of an improvement there, because every cent makes quite a bit of difference. Anyway, it's going to be what it's going to be. Christopher's gone, our second eldest son. He's already over in Europe, and I sort of coaxed him over there with the idea of being there when the boat launches, and now he's gone and it's still only October, so he's going to have some time with his mates, and then he's going to meet me on the 4th of November down in Turkey. Hopefully my brother-in-law Rodney from Switzerland's going to come over, and I've got a mate Ross from Auckland. I'm also hoping he'll come over at some stage, so I'll have a bit of a company. I'm not very good on my own, prefer to have people around me, and we'll go out and I guess look at the boat in the final stages of its build, get things like the tender, the motor or engine, motor if it's electric, engine if it's petrol, and start thinking about EPIRBs and life jackets and ropes and fenders and all the things that we've got to have on the boat. And of course the big thing is that because it's now going to be December, the Northern Hemisphere, of course, that's the first month of winter. So it's going to be a winter cruise to begin with. As we've spoken about before, we are going to hang around Tuzla for a while. Obviously the first boat in the line, so we want to keep an eye on things, and there's bound to be the odd thing, the odd nut needing tightening. I guess I can cope with that, but might be a bit more serious stuff than that, no doubt. So we'll head around there, we'll go through the Marmara Sea, probably head up to the Bosphorus for a few days, and then head down through the Dardanelles and out into the Mediterranean. So without trying to plan things too much, looking at the weather, looking at where it might be nice to stay, we're kind of thinking of heading towards Cyprus, Crete, and maybe going between those places and Santorini to see the winter out. and then head further north as the spring and summer comes. But the big question, and the thing that's kind of on my mind a little bit, is just what's happening in the world at the moment, what's going on over there. And we're not in the best of places, I guess. Turkey, it's kind of where east meets west. It's always been an area of conflict over the centuries, and finds itself right in the thick of things at the moment with the Russia-Ukraine, Russia-West war to the north, and now, of course, the unrest in Israel, Gaza and Palestine. So, you know, there was a little bit of a view, crikey, do we go, don't we? But we're going, or at least I'm going to start out. We'll head over there. We've got Erdogan in Turkey sort of puffing his chest out and picking a side, saying he's with the Palestinians, sending warships into the Mediterranean where the American fleet's steaming east. So you look at that and you can't help but think, is it the right place to be? But you know what? We're in a Nordhavn, and worst comes to the worst, we steam west at 7 knots, I guess. Push the throttles forward and we might make 9. But at the end of the day, we're going. You know, it's an adventure we've been looking forward to, and unless things really change between now and the 3rd of November, I'm going to be over there. So that's what this video is going to be about. Hope you enjoy it. It's the last one of Blossom Valley until next season. Really happy with how it went. It's a great event, and really at the end of the day, it's going to enable us to keep doing what we plan to do. So enjoy the video. I'm going to try and do daily updates from Tuzla. So we should be able to really get into the thick of the final stages of the build, buying all the stuff, watching the boat come together, meeting the people, and just sharing in the experience, I guess. And then it's finally the 10-mile drive on the back of a truck down to the marina and her launch, which obviously Fiona will be over there for that, so that'll be pretty exciting. So catch you soon.
Well, this is our beautiful Blossom Valley. Can't believe we've done it again for another year. The blossoms just look superb. That's one of my favourite areas of the gardens, with the river that runs through it. People just absolutely loved it. Something special about being in nature, which is also, I suppose, what our love of being on the boat's going to be like, with being in the water and being in nature. Just absolutely superb. They blossom just spectacular. Be great if anyone's around that you want to come and visit us again next year, because we will be coming back from the boat to do this again. So this is what's been interesting about having this on here with the Awanui, just to get you an idea of what it is we do and why we're coming back. That's our lovely pond. So yeah, no, it's been great. And this year was a bit crazy because Mark became a TikTok person, and you're going to see something shortly of the craziness that he did. But it was great. A couple of ladies came down all the way from Palmerston North just to get their photo taken with him. So he's becoming a bit of a person that people want to spend time with, and that's what I'll be doing shortly. So here you go, enjoy.
Hi everybody, Mark here from Blossom Valley. Look at that! It's just in full bloom. Look at the middle of this blossom, how much a little bit darker, and what that says to the tuis and the bees is, come and get me. And they're here, there's tuis everywhere. Listen, listen, listen. Now you'll shut up, you watch. Okay, so he's not talking, but here's a bee. Look, there's a bee. There's a bee in here. There's so many bees around. The tuis are everywhere. The blossom is fully out. And it's not even raining. It was supposed to be floods, torrential downpours. It's magic. Get your butts out here. Come on. We've got car parks. We've got blossom. We've got food. We've got drinks. We've got everything. Woo! Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited.
And we do have people that are sane as well.
Do you?
Sane.
Really?
That's me.
Put me at the top of the list. Right. Excellent.
Hope you enjoyed that. You think that that one's crazy, it gets even crazier. So sit back, relax, and wait for the next one.
Hey everybody, well, this way means this way. Garden entry with an arrow means that way. So we start coming through, look, we get to the cafe. Cafe is chock-a-block. Look, everybody's in here. And then up here we've got garden entry, so you can go through there and then out to the kiosk. Down there end we're doing weddings. Down that end we've got high teas. Out there we're doing the car parking. It's just crazy. Hot dogs over there, hot chips, the bar's open, coffee, real fruit, ice cream, frogs in the pond. It's just happening. Man, I feel tired. I need a break. So the recap is, remember, the trees are Prunus yaodensis Awanui, and that's where the boat name Awanui came from. We had to put the NZ on the end because Awanui was already taken, but we're allowed to have Awanui NZ. So once the boat's finished, we can register it, and that is her name under a New Zealand flag. So here are the blossoms out in full flower. And you can see what people love about them is it's a single pink and there is no leaf. That's what makes the blossoms so special. So my children have been watching the clips we've put out and they say, Dad, behaving like that, you're more like a 10-year-old than what I can now reveal is a 62-year-old. So I can continue talking like this every morning, or you could vote by sharing, liking and commenting, and I could go back to being the old Mark at Blossom Valley if that's what you want. The blossom's still out. It is raining a little bit, but it's lovely, and the night lights remain amazing. Bye-bye.
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay, so unreservedly, everybody said they want the old Mark back. So here he is, here to talk to you. Mark's musings for today. Well, the sun tried to come out, but it didn't quite. Got so busy though. The car park was full. The blossom's looking amazing. Look at it. And it's just starting to drop. So it's on the ground and it's on the trees. But over here, we've got another surprise for you. There's a surprise I'm going to show you.
Oh my God.
Irises in flower. Yellow irises in flower. Come and see them. Look. Yellow, pink. Woo! Just come out to Blossom Valley. You never know what's going to happen. Oh my goodness. You're running out of time. Nighttime. After dark experience, dusk experience, there's only 6 days left, so you've got to come fly with me, come fly with me, fly with me to Blossom Valley. I mean, come on, you can't beat that. We got blossom on the tree, blossom on the ground, and it's been raining. So as the water comes down the path, it leaves little dams of cherry blossom. How pretty is that? Woohoo! And it hasn't been too busy today, so it hasn't all been trodden in. I mean, that just looks stunning, eh? Carpet of blossom. Hey everybody, here we are at the stables, blossomvalley.nz. It's at night time, the cherries are out, it's a beautiful night, full moon, and look what I've got. Hot dog, mustard. shut the blossom down before we close! A river of blossom starting to fall. So we all know what that means. Lovely reflections in the lake. Wow. Look at that. Woo!
I was before.
Come on, Luna. Dad's birthday. You don't even know how old I am. Come on. Come on.
Oh my gosh. Well, we got something.
Come on. Intergenerational. Happy birthday, Dad. Nobody knows you. And this is kind of nature at its best, really. Beautiful blossom doing its job, attracting the birds. This is a tui. It's a New Zealand native bird. Pretty stroppy. They get pretty fired up at this time of the year. It's breeding season and it's eating season, so they get pretty excited. But just look at the way this guy can rotate himself around that branch, then get his beak into each individual blossom to extract the nectar. Pretty amazing. Well, here she is, Awanui NZ. So here is Awanui NZ as she looks at the 26th of October 2023. So obviously the final fixing of the top deck to the hulls happening. So that's all the masking around the bottom, and there's some masking on the inside of the pilot house, although I have to say I love that colour. Wouldn't it be cool if the glass was that colour? They're going to do some painting in there. You can see up on the fly bridge the housing for the controls, nav gear, throttles, etc. is all in, and they've started putting the railing in as well on the boat deck. Everything's ready for the railing right around, so that should go in fairly soon as well. And towards the rear of the boat, of course, you can see the support for the boat deck down to the main hull. So look, yep, there is progress, but it's pretty obvious from our conversation that we had with Nordhavn, probably not going to get the boat in the water till the end of December, maybe even the new year when I really think about it. We had a walkthrough and you can see an awful lot of plumbing in, a lot of the wiring tracks, but still an awful lot of cabinetry to go in. A lot of stuff covered up, so that makes the boat look like it's possibly not as finished as it was. And you can see from this shot here, there's the railing going in, pretty nice stainless steel railing there. But anyway, look, it's going to be a long way off, so I'm heading over there with a really open mind. I can go to Turkey for 3 months, and then after that I can, during that time, I can ask for an extension to 6 months. Obviously I don't want the 3 months to run out if I can't get that extension, because then we're kind of stonkered for the boat arriving in the water, and I wouldn't be able to go back to it. So next week's going to be pretty interesting. The next video you'll get from us will be from me in Turkey, and as I said earlier, I'm going to try, if I can, and get something out to you each day, just a quick 5-minute update showing you what they're working on, what's happened, and how we're getting on with buying things like the tender and that. So yeah, it feels a little bit unsettled, if I'm honest. Funny feeling going away on my own. Be great to meet Christopher over there. And it'd be great to see Murat and the team again. So yeah, don't know actually how I feel, to be honest. Just going to have to keep going. And there's no doubt in my mind, though, she's certainly starting to look pretty special. And every day, obviously, getting closer and closer. So sorry we didn't have more pictures. Sorry we didn't get the walkthrough. But the next video, absolutely, both will be on it. I'll have tons of photos and good video for you. So thanks for watching, and look out for more. See you later.